What's happening, guys? I'm Kobe Chowan here with Craig McCoy, and welcome to our latest Tuesday training, where every week we bring to you a live training from lead gen and AI all the way to business planning and goal setting.
You have the new version and the old version. We collaborate to make it awesome.
If you want to join and jump on the next Tuesday training, join our school platform below. It's completely free. Click the link below, and we'll see you there.
Sweet. Here we go.
Hey.
Everyone's just kind of like jumping in. So, welcome. Happy Tuesday. Sue, how are you? Give me a little hi, a little wave on your little emoji. I don't know. Can you do that? Okay. So, is Tim on?
Tim is just jumped on.
Cool. We want to kind of go through. Tim's going to jump in and give us a little market snapshot today. But we want to kind of show you guys what we're going to be doing every week for the next 12 months. So what we want to try to do is break this out into segments and really kind of give you guys actionable items to be more productive, really increase your production. And we're going to go through, like right now, we're going to go through the importance of your database, kind of like the Ninja training, the Brian Buffini training, and really how to hone your skills with your database, how to better use your database, what you can do to stay in touch with your clients, add value to your clients, and so forth. So I'll go through that here in a little bit with Kobe, but for right now, I guess we'll turn it over to Tim and let Tim tell us what's up.
Good morning, everybody. So it's just me today. Bill's in a doctor appointment, so you get to see my ugly face only. So I apologize for that. There's some good news and bad news. Good news is right now there's kind of an encouraging shift going on. I'm not sure how many people are familiar with the lock-in effect. Lock-in effect kind of means how low mortgage rates are from people got them during the pandemic. So I'm sure you guys have a lot of clients or yourself personally have rates sub 3%, maybe just under 4%. Well, that's kind of shifting where we actually have more homeowners now above 6% than below 3%, which means hopefully fewer people are on the sidelines, not wanting to sell their house because they're exchanging it for, a higher interest rate. So it's not going to obviously flood the market, but what it does do is bring more sellers into the market and hopefully more opportunities and more transactions. As far as where rates are right now, well, they did kind of edge up this week since last week, mostly due to some tariff uncertainty, stuff going on in Japan and overall market pressure. That's kind of normal stuff. It doesn't mean we're going to have an uptick in rates permanently. We're just going to see this kind of ebb and flow of what we have when rates go down over the future. Market snapshot right now, an example like a $700,000 purchase price with 20% down, 30-year fixed conventional loan, you're looking at about 6.25%, and that's a no-point loan. And if you're going to pay about a point or 1% of the loan amount, we're actually still below 6%, even with this increase in rates to about 5.875%. On government stuff, VA, FHA, same loan amount, same purchase price, $700,000. At a no-point loan, looking at 5.75%. And if you were going to pay about a percent or 1 point, we'll be down to about 5 3/8 or 5.375. So we're still looking good. Still makes it very affordable. Hopefully those people who are now, not below 3%, it's not a big difference in interest rate. An example of how much the market shift from where rates were just even last year to now. I had a client I did a purchase on last February 2025. It was $1.4 million loan amount up in Carmel. The rate I put him in there was at 7.875%. And by December of last year, I was able to reach back out to him and literally moved him down to 6.625%. This is a no point loan, no cost loan where I covered all his closing costs. He saved $1,400 a month and he was just ecstatic. And this is a self-employed guy, didn't use tax returns. I used a non-QM loan where I used 12-month business bank statements to qualify him. And his situation was the same then as was before. He was happy, saving $1,400 a month. And this is why staying in contact with past clients for me as a loan officer, and even maybe as realtors, it really matters because you can really be an asset to them. If their loan officer did the loan kind of is not watching their loan and you reach back out to them and let them know, hey, there's some money on the table for you, either call your loan officer or call someone from Link, we can help you out. So if you need help running scenarios, you have any past clients that you're curious about or future clients, we're here to support you. Reach out to clients. We can do a call with them or just give you some figures just to see what we can do for somebody, whether it's a refinance or a purchase. We're here to help. So any questions, let me know.
Tim, on that, do you recommend having the agents reach out and with like figures in mind and say, hey, saw you were at blank rate before and we think you could be down in the sixes? Should they talk to you and consult you first? We could obviously pull and see what they originally bought the property with what type of
Right.
loan. So do we kind of run scenarios, or do you recommend agents run scenarios first, or just kind of go hit their database and be like, hey, you bought last year. We're seeing people save up to $500 a month, a
Right.
thousand bucks a month. How
I
would
mean, it depends
you
on what I
structure
think
that?
everybody's comfortable with. I mean, I'm fine reaching out to somebody. If I do it blindly, I don't want people to be caught off guard like I'm some guy cold calling them.
Yeah.
So I'm happy to do the outreach if you actually know their terms because you had their CD or their LE from the last loan or whatever you gathered. That makes it really easy. I can sometimes get from public record if it's an adjustable loan. On a fixed loan, I'm really only going to know what their loan amount is.
Yeah.
So I really won't know how they qualified or even their terms. But I have a pretty good idea about where they are. Most people in a certain high interest rate range, unless they did something really wacky, they're probably carrying something higher right now. And either way, we can reach out together via email, text, or whatever you guys are most uncomfortable with.
Craig, do you have any thoughts on that? Like, how should an agent reach out to a past buyer? Just call and just be like, hey, we are seeing, I was on Tuesday training today and we saw a couple people save $500 a month, $1,000 a month doing a no cost refi. Like, do you want us to get you connected with a loan officer, see what we can do? Doesn't cost you anything, you save money. How do you
Yeah,
do that?
that was perfect.
Sweet. So just do that.
Yeah, it's a no pressure thing. Like, we don't pull credit
Yeah.
on anybody. If we just know their basic situation, run numbers real quick and easy, and just send us some idea of where they are, what's possible. Should they wait? Should they do something now? I try to structure things at very low to no cost where I can. So it's
Hmm.
kind of a no-brainer. If they do something now, they're not investing a lot of money, hopefully, to do it. So that if the rates should come down even further later on, they haven't committed a lot of money now for
Hmm.
this refinance. And that's why I try to structure them so that there's not a whole lot of obstacles, ideally.
Yeah, and we're going to actually touch on this a little bit with our database and reasons to reach out. This is one reason to reach out. I mean, if you sold a house 6 years ago and their rate's at 2.75, obviously they're not going to refi to 6.75. So
Correct.
don't worry so much about that. But if you did sell a house within the last 2 years, or you have something that wasn't a 2-1 buy down, it may be time to start looking at that, or at least starting that conversation. Have them look at their numbers. If it makes sense now, great. If it doesn't, move on. But all it is a touch point to show them that you're thinking about them, their well-being, add value to your clients, and show them different options.
Uh,
Even like on the 2-1 buy down, that money actually comes back to the client. They don't waste that money. It's
Right.
actually applied usually to the principal. So not like they're giving up that credit they got from the seller or the agent. That's their money to use towards their loan right now. So they're not leaving money on the table if that's a concern someone has. Yeah, they might be giving up a lot lower interest rate, but if it's going to adjust, if it's 2-1 every 12 months, it goes back up to the true note rate.
yeah.
You
Mhm.
kind of catch it in between. Well, now they don't have to wait for it to go back up. If we can kind of catch it and make it happen forever, in a sense, then they're not going to worry about the next 12 months when it goes back up.
And what's typical turnaround time you're seeing on these refis? Like if an agent's calling and saying this should be done in 2 weeks, it's super easy, it's super clean. How
Yeah,
hard
usually
is it?
under 30 days, unless there's something. In some situations, we get a property inspection waiver if it's a Fannie Freddie loan, like an agency loan.
Yeah.
So lots of times there's no appraisal needed. Only time it takes a little bit longer is if there's an appraisal needed. But yeah, it's usually less than 30 days. Most of my refinances are 2 or 3 weeks, unless there's some unforeseen delay that I can't anticipate. Yeah, pretty quick.
Sweet. Any questions from our agents? I think I see one. Any programs with people coming in under 20% and don't want to pay PMI?
Yeah, so we can always structure a loan where the PMI, well, if it's a Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac conventional loan, there's two ways we can pay PMI. One is a separate amount. It's called borrower pay PMI. The other way is it's in the interest rate. You're always going to have some type of PMI in a sense where you don't put down 20%. It's just the way it's expressed to the client is in the interest rate or separately as a separate amount. On the non-QM loans, I mean non-qualifying mortgage, it's not Fannie Freddie. You don't have PMI on those loans. It's already factored into the pricing, is how it works. Yeah, unless someone's going to do like a first and second combo, like we call it piggyback, well, then for sure they won't have PMI. You're just going to have a second of whatever amount to eliminate the PMI. So, but yes, to answer your question, yes, there's ways of doing it. It's just structured in different ways.
Sweet.
Have you heard anything about the new bill that's going to possibly allow for prepayment penalties, and then that's going to possibly lower rates? Anything about that?
I mean, because right now Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac conventional stuff doesn't allow. I know it's out there. We do have, prepay penalties on like the DSCR loans, which it's a huge difference when you don't have that in there. There are some on because those are non-owner occupied loans. So we'll see what happens. I mean, I haven't heard anything specifically yet. It's obviously a work in progress. That might help, keep rates down because they're not being paid off as quickly.
Right.
But I have heard about it, but nothing concrete yet. But they are there on
Cool.
the DSCR.
All right. Anybody else have any questions or anything else you can think of, Tim, that you want to add?
No, really just, rates are going to keep coming down, and I think we're going to have a lot more activity. So the more contact you're obviously meeting with people, whether it's reaching out to help them
Right.
refinance, whatever, the better. So I think we're going to keep seeing a healthy market as far as rates go, and it's going to bring in more competition. So if people are waiting on the sidelines for rates to come down, well, they're going to have a lot more competition. So you probably might urge them to not wait. They can always refinance later and get a lower rate, but catch the housing price now as to 6 or 12 months from now.
So you said rates are coming down. What's your take on that, and what are you seeing, or what are your thoughts on where they're going and when?
Well, I mean, we've already come down since last year. I don't see us getting much above 6% if we keep kind of hedging down. And I'd
Mhm.
say low fives. If we have more momentum right now and less inflationary concerns, I mean, I don't think it's going to be crazy to get below 5%. That's me personally, but I think
Mm.
we'll be very easily into even the low fives on conventional stuff. And if we keep getting the momentum we're having right now, nothing crazy happens. I think we're going to stay there and possibly keep on moving down lower, but mid to low fives for sure is my idea of where we're going to be this year and pretty stable.
Cool. That's lofty. All right, I like that.
Throwing
Well,
it
we just
out
got
there,
a
man.
bunch
I'm
of free
going deep.
oil,
I'm a
so
Bears fan, so I'm going
yeah,
deep.
yeah.
Unfortunately.
Cool. How about Greenland? Any thoughts on Greenland? No, I'm kidding. Totally joking,
Yeah, I'll
joking.
make some calls.
Okay. All right. Anything else from anybody else? Anybody have any thoughts on Venezuela or Greenland? No, no.
Just
Moving
jumping
on.
in today.
I like the macro side. Let's talk about some fun shit. All right. I'm kidding. I'm getting told no. But all right. So moving on. So back to database. We talked about that. If you guys do have reasons to reach out, find one, add value to your clients. Um, I'm a big, I guess, proponent of, in my day, it was Brian Buffini. Tom Ferry's come back around to kind of take more of an approach of this adding value because his dad was, or Mike Ferry was his dad, was all about cold prospecting. The ninjas out there that, if you guys remember those guys, ninja training, it's all about building relationships with your database and adding value to that database. And so what I wanted to do kind of with Kobe is go through. And so again, every month we're going to, or every week, we're going to be hitting I guess,
Topic.
a topic, right? If say it's a month long or there's four weeks in this month, and we're going to hit something about our database. And so right now I want to, and by the way, what I want to say earlier is this is for you guys. This is not for Kobe and I to come out here and talk to you. We want to be here with you. And so if you guys do have things you want to hear about or learn about or discuss, let us know because we're here just kind of shooting from the hip, trying to figure out what we can do to help you guys.
Mhm.
But we're doing that blind. Like every Tuesday, Kobe comes in and goes, "All right, well, what are we talking about?" I'm like, "Shit, I don't know. Let's figure it out." So my whole thing is like to be able to add value to you guys. You know, what is it that you guys want to see from us? And so I go back to my roots, and my roots is all database driven. And so we have the young kid who's all tech driven. We have all this new cool stuff with AI, and where's AI going, and where are we going with tech? That's all great, right? You have the whole meta, advertising versus marketing. You have all these new things going on. I'm going to stick to what I know, and that's what's worked for me over my 27-year career, and that's my database, my network, my sphere of influence. And so I want to talk about that today. And so then as we go through this, we'll shift it up. Any questions, any hand raises, by all means, I mean, please get involved, ask questions. It makes things more interesting for all of us. So if I do talk about something that you want questions about, then ask me. But the big thing for me is this is my foundation in real estate. And so what is it that you guys can do every single month to reach out? Build a 12-month calendar of what you're going to do. So for January, obviously January was a big goal setting month for everybody, or I guess December was for the new year. What I would do every single year is I would pick a book. Help me out there. I would pick a book of some sort, a motivational book, and I'd give it to my database, right? And so that was my every year in January gift. And then in February, it'd be something around Valentine's Day. March would be something about, let's say, Patrick's Day. April, I'd give out like some seeds for springtime. Um, I forgot what it is, May, something about Cinco de Mayo. I forgot what it for May, but June now comes around summertime, and I give out like little packets of hot dogs, hot dog buns, a little 3 pack of ketchup, mustard, and relish. It sounds funny. He's laughing at me, but that's what works. That's what gets your face in front of your people. There's so many things that we get from lenders. No offense, Tim, or reps. That's just cheesy little trinkets that do nobody any good. So if you guys think about something to stay in front of your people, give something of value or something that they're gonna keep. My one of my big one was koozie cups. I gave away koozie cups every single year, beach balls, and I'm not kidding you. To this day, this is 20 years ago. I will be out in the boat, and someone will raise their beer with my koozie cup, or their soda with their koozie cup. And it's just cool to see, right? I mean, I gave out hats and T-shirts and you name it. But pick your personality, pick your area. Obviously, I'm in Canyon Lake, so beach balls and koozie cups and summertime stuff was a big hit. But pick who you are, right? We talked last week about Brenda Lou doing the Christmas thing. Really cool things to do for your database and just build relationships, nurture those relationships, stay in touch, give value. And so there's a whole list of things I can go through, but I think that's going to probably be boring for you guys. But is there any questions from you guys on these different styles of staying in touch, from the Ninja systems to the Brian Buffini to the Tom Ferry? Do you guys have any questions on that?
I have a question. And where do you set, like, I guess, different levels of it? I'm not going to go out and spend $100 per call it lead I have in my database if it's like a meta lead or Google. Like, where do you draw the line of gifts you're giving? And do you have different tiers of gifts based on if that person's ever been a client? Have you ever actually represented them? Or are you just showing them around? Or are you trying to get a listing so you bring them a bottle of tequila? Like, when you're going
Bottle of
through,
tequila?
we've done that. We got a listing because of it.
Give out tequila, apparently. There you go.
Are you going in and making your kind of like 12-month plan around the types of leads as well?
Yeah, yeah. So, and when I talk about sphere of influence, I am talking about those people that are already in your network. If you have a lead gen system, you have leads in your database, not at all what I'm referring to.
Okay.
I'm talking about like your core network. And yes, you definitely can grade that and give things a value accordingly. And so if you have your A's, your B's, and your C's, like your A's are out there, they're already your champion, right? They're going to talk about real estate with a friend. They are for sure going to recommend you, right? And then you have your B's and C's and so forth. So take care of those that take care of you. And yes, if it is $100, I don't know. I don't think I've ever spent $100 on a gift before, but I would definitely put some thought into the things I was giving because my database was, shoot, probably only 300 or 400 deep. It wasn't a huge database, but for me, that's what kept me alive for 28 years. And so it was always something, right? So I don't think I would put a lead into my database and send them a gift by any means. It would be people that I already knew in my network.
And for somebody who maybe doesn't have the biggest network, where would you start? And we have TJ sitting right here, brand new to real estate. He's going to go out and who is his database?
His network. I mean, you got to think about who do you know, right? So using TJ for an example, right? He has parents, grandparents, aunts and uncles, you name it. He has a network that you haven't even thought about yet, right? So go through and tap into those that you do know, right? If you're new to an area, you're like, oh man, I don't know anybody here. That's tough. That is a tough way to start without a doubt. And then we're talking about different strategies. Then we'll talk about cold prospecting and advertising and open houses and different ways to get your face out there. And again, I'm a little bit different in that I grew up in my city, right? And I knew everybody coming out of high school and college. For me, it was a simple transition. And my mom was in real estate, right? So I followed suit with her. She was like the pre Brian Buffini. She used to give pies, and us as kids was child labor. We would run to the door with pies every Thanksgiving. We would do things for Christmas, and she would do handwritten notes to every client every year, cards. I mean, she was huge in our little neighborhood. And I just kind of had that as a mentor and followed suit with that. And I had the younger generation, and she had the older generation. But for me, that's all I'd ever did. It was like, you look at handwritten notes, thank you cards. It's a lost art.
Yeah.
If you just write somebody a handwritten note and send it in the mail, it's like, what? Someone took the time to handwrite something. Now, I say that, as important as that is, do it with some genuinity, right? Don't just write handwritten notes with the purpose of of marketing, right? I just want to reach out to you guys and say thank you for being my friend and whatever. I mean, people use the handwritten notes as a lead gen system, and it's just so disingenuous. It's hard to use that as a lead gen source, but use handwritten notes as a benefit for you guys. But be genuine about it, right? Birthday cards, your anniversary of your purchase, major life events, kid graduation. If you want to start a college like scholarship fund for your client, your database, you talk about the Super Bowl pool, right? Send out your 100 squares to your database. If you have a bigger database, do 3 or 4 different pools. People get these pools and they're watching the game with this pool, right?
In terms of like reaching out to your database, so say we have a newer agent or somebody like TJ, how would you go about doing the actual outreach to your cousins, your aunts, your uncles, your
Phone call.
brothers, just calling them and saying, hey, I'm now in real estate, looking to be active in the area. Do you know anybody?
Yep.
Or you're just going in with a general ask
Absolutely.
and then hoping they obviously connect you with people. And how
Yeah.
do you balance that ask from being annoying? Like obviously
You
not
don't
calling
be
them
annoying.
every single day.
Well, you're not gonna be annoying to your core family, right? Being brand new and you call your grandpa, "Hey, grandpa, I'm now in real estate. Who do you know looking to buy or sell?" Or if you're talking to your friends at church or wherever, please think of me, right?
Mhm.
People talk about real estate, and people want to help you. And so, if you're asking, "Hey, man, just letting people know that I'm in real estate," nowadays you have social media, you do your posts. I'm now in real estate, and then just stay in touch.
Mhm.
Again, back to lost arts, right? Just like the face-to-face communication. You have this younger generation that is the COVID generation. They're scared to talk to people. Get your face out there. Go to networking events. Go to different parties. Pick up the phone. Talk to people. Sure, texting is great too, I guess, to get in front of people if you're scared to. But pick up the phone. People like think about yourself. If somebody asks me, I have a electrician friend that always calls me and he's always asking for work. I'm like, hey, yeah, cool, man. If I think of somebody, I'll definitely call you. He's not doing it in an annoying way. He's like, hey, man, I'm slow. Do you know anybody that needs help? It's not annoying to me. I want to help the guy out, right? So people will want to help you.
I have a question.
Yeah, ask away.
Take a breath.
Yeah,
So my first question is,
I'm gonna mute
Craig,
you, Stu.
when you gave out gifts, such as that book you gave out, did you have a sticker on them? Did you give it out with your card?
I got it.
I had a little sticker, and so I put a sticker inside every single cover of the book. And again, I wasn't a huge database. It was, in my height, it was probably 400 deep, right? It wasn't like huge.
Right.
Here's,
So it's a sticker.
yeah,
Okay.
little business card, little 18-year-old Craig.
Yeah, this is my 18-year-old self, and this is my 50-year-old self.
You wish.
Yeah,
Okay.
but yeah,
That's the
so
thing.
yeah, go
Okay.
ahead.
So that answered my question. Reference to sticks. You can stick a sticker on seeds. You can stick a
Absolutely.
sticker on a lot of the things that you expressed, which were great ideas. I love the fact of thinking about something, doing it every month or every quarter to your warm people.
Every month.
Exactly.
Every month. Every quarter is too far away. So I mean, notepads were big. Fly swatters, right? Everyone needs a fly swatter in the summertime, right? They're everywhere. I gave away
No.
ice cream scoopers. I gave away spatulas. I gave away just cooking utensils, cake cutters. I mean, the shit that people throw in their drawer. But guess what? When they go to cut their cake, what do they see? They see Craig McCoy's face on a plastic knife, right? Like I was everywhere, and so think about it that way. So the other day I was talking to TJ about this, and he grew up with this an agent in Orange County, and he's like, everywhere I went, she was there. She was on the Little League banners. She was on, sides of buses, and everywhere like I went, she was. And so be that person. Keep your face in front of people, but do it tactfully, and give away value. And so like this thing right now, like with Tim giving away information about interest rates, send something to your database about interest rates. Talk about buying versus renting. Talk about what's happening macro, micro economies, tips and tricks, seasonal tricks. But yeah, so
Part
again,
two,
yeah, go ahead.
part two of the question, or part two of adding on to what you're saying, because you
Yeah,
keep speaking to youngers and a database. And I don't know if Elisa's on, but I did mention to her it's time for you to reach out to people. But more importantly, if you don't really have a database, I said you need to figure out where you're volunteering. You
Mhm.
need to figure out something that is compassionate to your heart, get involved with it, get to know the people, talk real estate, let them know. She's actually going to send out, so she sent out a letter when she just first started, and now she's going to send out a new one. But I think it's really important with people, if you're in a coffee shop or if you're out and about, maybe people who are working out at a coffee shop, talk to people next to you. I
you
think
see
we
it
want,
working
like
out
you
at a coffee
said,
shop.
Working out of a.
Oh, working out of
yeah.
it.
Like if
Yeah.
any place that you're
I thought you were
out,
working out at a coffee shop.
yeah. Any or okay, here, that's a good example. At the gym, everybody's walking around with earbuds on. When somebody
Yeah,
doesn't have an earbud on, catch them. Let them know what you do. Let them know who you are. Like
yeah, I'd never do that,
it's a
Sue.
face-to-face
Yeah.
business.
Yeah, I would in my lifetime, I would see. This is the nice thing about having different people on this, because me going up to somebody in the gym is not ever going to
Because you
happen.
don't go to one.
Partly because I'm overweight and I'm going to one, but that was Kobe's dig, and that's just mean. Um, so again, if you're comfortable doing that, by all means, yeah, Sue, that's a great. It's great if you're in a grocery store, or, you see someone like looking for a watermelon, go tap them on the shoulder and say, you know what? I'm gonna buy that watermelon for you. I'm half kidding. But yeah, I'm not good at that. And so I was never very good at the cold outreach. I was always warm. But to your point, local events, restaurant spotlights, Kobe's doing that
Mhm.
right now. He's cruising around on Fridays with Andrew, and they're tasting sandwiches and giving their reviews.
Well, and we did that one last Friday, and we met the owner of the taco shop and talked to him for 10, 15 minutes about real estate and how he grew up. And Sue, you, I think, grew up down the street from him. He followed all of us on Instagram, and we're going to tag him in the post. Hopefully, he reposted and kind of just building the community there. It was a way to like go in and tell all these people, hey, we're in real estate. This is our team. Go follow us on Instagram. We're doing little restaurant reviews and local reviews. It was a really easy way to talk about real estate.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So yeah.
And if you do have a good sized network, you do have your the ability to throw a client appreciation. I wouldn't call it that. Just have parties, have mixers, invite other business owners that are looking to networking events. If you are giving these gifts away, give them away in person. Drive around to, your A client database. If you have 50 to 100, whatever, drive around to those people. Go put your face in front of them. Knock on the door. Say hello. Get out there and just be personable. If you are scared about doing the person stuff, use your text, use your email, use your social media. Sure, be digital. That's fine too. Um,
Hey, Craig, here's
yeah,
a
go
thought
ahead.
I'm having for this spring is I'm gonna pick up a farm this year too. I'm gonna go back old school and pick up a farm in Menifee. And then to some of my top clients, I'm gonna put out a card, like a postcard, and have a QR code on it and tie it to a trash bag and do clean up, like Goodwill pickup. So they can scan the QR code. I'll get their name, I'll get their address, and I'll set up a time to go pick up a bag of clothes.
Yeah, and in that note too, I mean, spring cleaning is huge. If you want to give out things for like a sponsorship of like a dumpster in your local park or whatever,
Mhm.
right? Say, hey, we're going to sponsor this CR CR and R's going to come out this day, and we're going to have a few dumpsters, come clean your garage out and come dump it for free, sponsored by Brenda Lou. You know, whatever spring cleaning you want to do, just think about different ideas in that regard, and just again, just stay in front of your people.
Sue was talking about volunteering somewhere. Go volunteer somewhere and bring donuts, bring coffee, sponsor coffee, bring some food for people. It's a very
So
easy way to
that goes
bring
back
it.
to your ask about like what would you do if you're new to
Yeah.
an area and didn't have a very big network. That's it. Go volunteer. Yeah, join different networking. There's Sue's a part of Toastmasters, right?
Mhm.
Go to your local Toastmasters. I probably should as well learn how to speak. I grew up stuttering, so forgive me if I go really fast. But yeah, being able to speak is huge. These networking events for different professionals, investors,
Mhm.
CPAs, attorneys. I mean, you name it. There's a bunch of people that you guys can go cross share and network with. Develop your plan for develop your plan for your week of who you're going to talk to and when. You know, if it's just 5, 10 calls a week, whatever, handwritten notes, videos, whatever you're going to do, just break those into your schedule or put those all into your schedule so you know what you're doing and when. Um, yeah, I mean, this is just like old school mentality. At least for me, it is old school. And then from there, you just break everything down and hold yourself accountable to your schedule and what you wanted to do. But that's all I really got on this topic. If you guys have any questions or thoughts or
I think what we could do is, I know we have some agents who've been in the industry for a while on this call, and would love if anybody would be willing to share how they stay in touch with their database. Um, I, you, I've already kind of explained the gifts and stuff that you're giving. Me and Andrew try to take all of our clients to dinner once a quarter. And so it's not like set in stone that we need to do it, but just staying in contact with them, keeping them updated what's going on in our lives. And hey, so and so, we're going to be up in LA today. You want to grab lunch? You want to grab dinner? And just become obviously friends with them. Obviously, if you have 200, 300 people in the database, it can be really hard to do that.
well, it's, again, take your pick. You can still grade those people, and if you have your
Mhm.
top 10 or whatever you have, then cool. Take those people out. Yeah. And then just for you guys, again, this is just information, but I also want it to be actionable. And so if this is of interest to you guys and you guys are able to take the time to map all this out for yourself, we want to help you guys. So give us a call if you have any questions on that. Put this into your calendar, try it out for 30 days, 60 days. I would say if you're going to try anything new, give it at least 6 months. So have 6 months of gifts planned out, 6 months of Popeyes planned out. Just do things consistently over a period of time, whether it be your database, your networking, your meta ads, your whatever it is you're going to be doing. Do so for a consistent period of time. But if you guys have any questions on this, I'd love to help you with it. This is again what I know and how I survived for 27 years, and there's all kinds of new ways to do it, and that's awesome. But this is what I did. So
And we could help you guys kind of individually plan it out based on the area you're in, what your interests are. We could help you find places to volunteer at, what gifts we would give, what talking points you can have. We obviously had Tim talk about potential refis, and that's a great way to talk to past buyers. But if you even just know people that might be looking to sell, you could send them when a home sells down the street from them, just send them a screenshot of the Zillow, like, dude, look at this house just sold down the street from you for $2 million. Like, we're curious what your home is worth. If you have buyers that just bought a house, you could send them that and say, hey, look how much equity you've probably built already just from being able to buy the house when you did.
mhm.
We could work with you guys more kind of closely one-on-one on talking about different ways to do outreach. Like you said, if you guys all dedicated 30 minutes a day for the next 30 days to call 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, however many people it is, I think you guys are going to see results with it. It's just
100%.
getting that first one done. It's going to be the hardest, and then you do 2, and then 3, and then 4, and 5, and over the next couple of weeks, we'll talk about different other ways. We think this is the most important is your sphere of influence, your database. Over the next couple of weeks, we'll get into different other lead types and the cold outreach and the open houses and the prospecting and meta ads, Google ads. But I really do think it all starts here. Like this is your kind of ground floor, what you need to take care of the most.
Yeah, and I see Dave on here, and him and I joke because we all have all the things at our disposal, what we know what we're supposed to do, and we all get to the point where we get complacent or busy, and we fall off on the things that we should be doing every single day. But if you guys write this stuff down, put it into your daily calendar and your daily plan, it'll be very, very helpful. And back to Brenda Lewis, talk about farming, right? And this is what we talk about open houses. If you are going to give out something of value and you do sit open house in your farm, go knock some doors, 10 houses each side of the open house and 20 houses across the street. Give something of value. If you're going to do a raffle, give a bottle of wine away. If you're going to give home valuations, if you're going to give whatever it is you're going to give out, just call it 20 doors you're going to knock. It's not the end of the world. You have a week to go do that. You can probably do it in a few hours, right? Just give something to your farm that is of value. So when they do see you, they recognize who you are. Back to TJ talking about his friend's mom that was everywhere. You have movie nights in the park. You have, you name. There's just so many different ideas that you guys can put together. But just my big thing for you guys, as far as a takeaway is concerned, is put something down that's actionable and actually do this stuff that we're talking about. I don't want to bore you guys every week with things that you're not interested in or you don't want to do. I want to be here for value for you guys, and if I can add value and help you guys be more productive, that's my goal. So
I just thought of
hopefully
another
so.
one. I
Yeah.
thought of another one that gives me a lot of points is gift baskets, like for clubs or community events, anybody that's holding like a raffle. Those are huge for me. And they don't have to cost a lot. You can do them for $50. You put a couple wine glasses, a couple bottles. There was one at Christmas. I threw in some hot chocolate and an ornament, and they call back every year, and those are great ones to do too.
Yeah. Throw a wine mixer, right? Like what is that? Step Brothers. Yeah, wine mixer. Throw some events, you know what I mean? Yeah. To give away gift baskets. If you have charity events, put a basket in there, give away some services, give a free listing away as a raffle or something like that. I don't know. Just there's all kinds of things you guys could think about and do. And but again, the hardest part is actually doing it. So put it on paper and make a plan.
Somebody asked, how do you prioritize your touch point clients? And so when I was in the thick of real estate, I would always do a mega open house, host all of the neighbors for the first off market weekend, and have a jumper for the kids, live music. And that's a pretty cool idea.
Yeah, so there's all kinds of different ways to do open houses. Your mega open house is obviously a great way, but if you're going to go out and do something, do it with intention. So if you want to have a busy open house, don't just put it in the MLS, throw up a couple signs. Go knock doors. Mail out some invitations. Mail out just listed cards with an open house date. Do a tear off card for a raffle. Do some things with get creative with this. A lot of the new, I don't want to say coaches, but the new cadre of people pitching ideas is that they're like all against this old school stuff because they're all focused on this new school tech, but the old school stuff works. People like to win, right? Give away things. What was the first question?
How do you prioritize? But we already kind of touched on that.
Yeah, you can grade your database, and again, those are going to for use your mom and dad, probably your A client or your A database, right? Or your friends or close friends or whatever.
To the mega open house kind of idea. I didn't really think about this till right now, but back in college, there was a group called Stephanie Younger Group. They were Compass, and she does probably 200-300 million a year in Westchester, and they would have open houses every single weekend with an in-and-out truck at it, and that probably cost them like $3,000 a week. So I'm not saying anybody should do that, but
Yeah.
they would go and invite all the neighbors.
Well, if you're selling 300 million a year, that's
easy to do.
Yeah.
But point being is they would have an in-and-out truck, line would be down the road. She would have everything obviously branded to her. She would open house at all of her new listings. She would have 20
Does she have
listings
like
at
a
a
little
time.
brand for the bun?
No,
No.
she should have.
No.
But yeah, something like that. So you have a jumper, you invite all the like all friends and family and everybody that's in the neighborhood, and get a taco guy and call it a day.
Hot dog cart, same thing,
Yeah.
right? Depending on what area you're in. Houses that are 300 grand, hot dog cart. Houses that are 3 million, maybe get in and out.
Yeah. But poor Big, yeah, that everybody knew who she was in the area. She would have events every single weekend. She'd turn her open houses into actual events and wine mixers and things like that.
Yep. And so again, I mean that could probably be it for our meeting today. But what I want to do every single meeting is invite you guys to give us a call, go over your business plan, go over your ideas, your concerns, your questions. If we can help you, please help us help you.
Mhm.
All right. Anything else from anybody else? Come on.
Can you make me some stickers? Help me help you.
Nate,
Yes.
stickers like of my face or your face? My 20-year-old face or my 50-year-old face?
Sue, text Krems and they will get you some stickers sent to your door.
Appreciate it. Appreciate you helping me help myself to help you.
I love it. All this help going around.
Dana just said somebody in my neighborhood just did an espresso bar and it ended up having about 20 neighbors at one time and a bit of a gathering. Yeah, exactly. Like
You know what's funny about that? So we just had somebody in Canyon Lake literally open a coffee shop out of a trailer. Totally illegal. But dude, it was packed. So you do things
do
that
a
are
pop-up shop,
get creative with this, man. Yeah.
pop-up real estate shop and give out food and drinks and
Hey, if it works, it works. You know, RDP out in Havasu, River Dave's place. River Dave has a website has had it for years, and Stacy, his wife, is teeing off of that, and their office is in the River Dave shop. And like, think of different things that you guys can tee off of, and incorporate different ideas, different branding ideas. Again, this all ties back into your branding, obviously, but branding and networking, all that. We're gonna go through all this every single week. So there's just so much that we don't want to, bore you guys on one meeting, and I don't want to throw too much at you guys and have you guys be like, oh, that was just a fire hose. But like, there are a lot of things that we guys can touch on, and if you guys have individual plans or individual questions, yeah,
that's what we're here for.
that's what we're here for.
So,
yeah,
see you guys next Tuesday. Thank you for coming on.
Cool, guys. See ya.
Thank you so much.
All right, you're welcome.
Thank you.